What is going on, you guys? It is I, DollarCost Crypto, here with DollarCost AMA 17, baby. What is going on, you guys? Yeah, man. What's happening? What's popping and stuff like that? Let's get it. What's going on? In terms of hotel rooms, yeah, I'll tell you guys right now in a minute. So after the stream, we'll be sending the link out. So yeah, we have the link and everything like that. When you decide to click the link for the hotel, you just got to choose Circa, and then from there, just do the following steps, and then you can book your tickets or your rooms. So the link is coming after stream. Let's get it, baby. What's going on? What's going on? Bless up, bless up. What is going on, you guys? Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it real quick. I think I'll start this off really quickly. I saw someone ask me this in the chat, so I just thought it was really funny to answer this. So they asked me, like, did you see that Binance bought like $2 billion of Bitcoin? Well, it's a false article, basically. CZ pretty much said, like, the reporter that ended up saying it was basically super wrong. And like they were just adding to their cold storage wallet of user funds and stuff like that. So that wasn't really anything at all. So I threw the article in the chat earlier right now. So there you go, you guys. Fake news, you guys. That would have been cool though if Binance did buy $2 billion. That'd have been nice. Yeah, man. What's going on? Don't rug your babies. That's 4 months in. That's correct, man. Shout out to all my Cambodian women out here, man. Let's see. KPT, let's send you in this room. Got hacked. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. For sure, man. For sure. Let's get it, you guys. So today's AMA is basically going to give it's Hex, the macro story, which I'm pretty much going to explain what's kind of going on right now in Hex, why we're getting a bit of a pump, and why we're kind of holding up in this kind of price range right now. Let me start this off by the simplest, just because I want this in the beginning of the stream and stuff like that. Here's a lowdown, you guys. Okay. If you don't have it, all right, there's people. There's people who've been around Hex for a long time and have a lot of Hex versus people who don't have any Hex at all. Okay? If you don't have any Hex at all, pick some fucking Hex up. Simple as that. Literally. I mean, it's just such a no-brainer. There's so much it's such a like an asymmetrical sort of play right now. If we look right now on Nomics, right? If we go to Hex, right? Hex is up 12% on the day, right? You could have picked it up for 2.9 cents, 3 cents, even that, but still, this is a great price. this is a great price to start DCAing down, because if you look from where we started, we're at 56 cents. Now we're at 3 cents. It's down a lot, but it's very much possible that Hex can go down to about a penny. Possibly, this would be like the worst case ever, but like maybe if Richard said, "Oh, PulseChain's not launching until next year," then maybe we'd go to like half a cent, and then eventually we'd just be chilling at a penny or something like that. That'd be like the worst news ever. But this is a great price to start DCAing into some Hex, because I mean, look at this. I mean, let's just say you threw $1,000, or fucking $500, 13,000 Hex. Now, in one of, I think it was Richard's most recent stream, he pretty much said that, once we get the launch of the actual documentary, so it's kind of a documentary / movie, and then wherever they end up going, whether it's Amazon, Netflix, or whatever, it's going to end up getting a lot of people, a lot of eyeballs onto Hex. That's more than likely when we're going to get Hex at all-time highs. That's what he said. I hope he's wrong and we get all-time highs before that, but if that's the case, let's just say that movie's probably going to be somewhere between January to February when that comes out. So it's just a nice little play where you're able to stack up some cheap Hex right now. And hopefully, even if we got back, even if we did get back for some reason to, like, let's just say we got back to 50 cents, right? And from current price, I'll count the price right now at 4 cents just to make the math easy. That'd be a 12.5x on the capital, right? So if I did that times $500, we're talking about, turning $500 into $6,250. Now, this is like saying that you sell it all at the fucking all-time highs and all that shit. Easier said than done, but this is the sort of stuff that's kind of going on and stuff like that. But yeah, man. So this is it's kind of an interesting thing where, like, you're making a kind of an asymmetrical bet. Especially for people who brand new, who don't know anything about Hex and stuff like that. I mean, I just think it's a great coin. It has a fantastic community, a large community right now. A lot of things are going on right now. One of the reasons for the recent pump right now we're actually having is, of course, we've had these Bloomberg articles that we had out on Bloomberg's main page and Bloomberg Crypto on Twitter, which I retweeted both of them out on my Twitter. Now, these articles have like gotten a lot of attention, and people are starting to hashtag Hex a lot, and now Hex is kind of trending on Twitter, which is really cool. So that is what's really, really, really amazing about what's kind of going on right now with Hex right now, is that there's like an influx of kind of new people into Hex right now, which is nice. But at some point, the hype is going to calm down, and it's probably going to start going back down to maybe 3 cents or so. Hopefully this is the bottom, you guys. Like, this is a great price to start accumulating, especially for people who don't have any Hex at all, or very small stack, or maybe like you YOLO'd everything out and you staked it out. This is a great time to start building up a liquid bag. Now, a nice DCA strategy is maybe like DCAing a little bit of cash every time it kind of goes head down half a penny or so, or maybe a full penny, to get more bang for your buck. Now, that's for people with a lot more capital, versus where there's just people like, if you just have like an average, you just have a salary and this is all you're doing, and you decide, you know what, I'll throw $500 a week, and then that's perfectly okay. You just buy $500 of USDC. If you already have Ethereum, or just buy Ethereum, and then from there, then convert that into Hex, and then there you go. And then you kind of dollar cost average over the week or over the 2 weeks when in order to actually acquire the coins. And this is a good strategy for basically any coin, really. It's a little easier when the coin's on a main centralized exchange, but sometimes, it's something like a Hex, you have to have a little bit of like kung fu, and you actually have to know how to use Uniswap or Uniswap or SushiSwap basically in order to get it. But Hex is, that's correct. Yeah, Hex is trending on Twitter right now, which is amazing. A lot of the shock content that Richard's been doing is really working right now, as well as like I really believe it's the Bloomberg articles that really put us over. Like, Bloomberg people, very wealthy people read Bloomberg. There's a whole types of a lot of people, but Bloomberg has a great product in terms of its news, as well as it has like I think Bloomberg Terminal is also, I think it's pretty expensive if I remember correctly, but a lot of top people in crypto use Bloomberg Terminal. I think even Richard might even use it if I'm not mistaken. But Suzu, rest in peace, RIP, 3 Arrows Capital. Super cycle, bro, Chads. But it's it is kind of a thing that's going on right now. So at some point, look, I'm just being a realist, and I love you guys, but at some point it's going to chill out a little bit. If I'm fucking wrong, I am happy as fuck. This is the bottom, 2.9 cents. That was the bottom, baby. We out here. It's gone. That's it. Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? And it's that sort of thing. So maybe we start pumping from here. That's fine. But I mean, it's like right now, it's like, trust me. Like I've been very honest with you guys in terms of when I've DCA'd in. Like I was very honest that I sold Hex personally at, like, I think it was like 41, 43. No, I'm sorry. 41, 48, and 53 cents. I sometimes confuse 41 and 43. So it's one of those two. You know, go back to the videos. And then bought back at 18, 13, 11 cents, 8 cents, 7 cents. And then I still haven't done a purchase yet right now. So it's the sort of thing. It's the sort of thing right now where, you know, I'm waiting with capital right now. I have capital, but I think I can catch 2 or 1 cent. I'm willing to take the gamble myself. But for the average person who doesn't have a bag or has a smaller bag, or this is an opportunity to actually accumulate quite a lot of, you know, Hex for cheap, you know. And, you know, personally, to tell you the truth, if it hits a penny, there's a lot of people I know that are going to buy it the fuck up. So it's a sort of thing you can set limit orders, or you can do sort of things. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now with the Hex price short term, until we get kind of some more hints of like when finally PulseChain is going to happen. Hex's price is probably not going to pump to a crazy amount unless we just get some some crazy whale to come in, and then we pump, and then I'm like, fuck yeah, awesome. So yeah, Lesson Bird is like, my original entry is half a penny, so let me get some of that. Yeah, that's amazing. Such a gift. And at the time we're like, wow, maybe I'm buying high, maybe I'll go back to like 10% of a penny or something like that. I remember those days. But let's see. Know your worth. I managed to grab some at 3.4 cents and at 2. No, my guy, dude, what a boss, son. Ended up picking some up at like 2.9 cents. That's amazing. But yeah, so basically my strategy, like, yeah, so I'm going to acquire some at 2 cents. Basically, I'm going to acquire some at basically every ranking, 2, 1, whatever. If it goes to fractional of a penny, picking up there a lot. That's where I back up the Brinks truck, or at a penny. It doesn't. But regardless of that, this is such a great opportunity. I mean, right now, like a million Hex is basically what, $38,000 at 2 cents, 20,000 at 1 penny, 10,000 at half a penny, 5,000 for $1 million. So it's quite I mean, this is you're able to stack a lot more Hex than you've been able to stack for a long time, but this is a sort of a game of attrition, you know. This is a sort of a game when you got to play for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 years. Like personally, I am staked out fully from now until 15.2 years from now. Let me say that again. I am staked from right now, I would say probably something like 90% of my stack, something like that, from now to 15.2 years. So my average is my average is probably closer to I would say like 6 or 7 or so. It would have been a little higher, but like Richard in the beginning was telling us like only 1 to 10 year stakes and stuff, and then eventually he's like, oh yeah, we can probably do 15. So then I was able to shoot some out there and stuff, but like of course Hex had gone up in price, so that's kind of why it's a little like skewed a little bit. But I'm just trying to be honest about it. Yeah. Yeah. I talked about this. Yeah. Did you speak about already stream the statement about, you know, the movie coming out in January 20? Yes. Yeah. So we might launch. So there's kind of a thing we might launch before that, or a little after. I mean, personally, if we're talking movie wise, it'd make more sense if we were fully like, all right. So it depends on what Richard's goal is here, right? So if the movie's not launching until January of next year, then if he doesn't launch it, then when people come in, they're like, holy crap. And then that'll pump the price of Hex. Then Hex will come down a little bit. Then he launches PulseChain. We can have another pump. And then we're like off to the races, basically. But he may want to launch it sometime in Q4, maybe end of Q3 or something like that, because that's where the bottom of the market might end up being. And then have us have a whole launch. And then from there, have the movie launch. And then it's like, wow, look how PulseChain did. Or launch it pretty close to the movie. So you get peak hype. And this helps extend out the cycle for the PulseChain ecosystem launch, which is also very good. So that's like the amazing sort of thing and stuff and everything like that. Now, Who is this guy right here? Some dude taking a black clip 6 feet. That's weak DCC. No, sir. If you saw the bags, you wouldn't be saying that. No, this is actually happened to quite a lot of Hexicans and stuff like that, whether they want to admit it or not, but they're mostly not going to admit it. But this happened to a lot of private and public Hexicans. They're just not really public with their wallets. But we were going off of recommendations that Richard was telling us. So obviously, a lot of people, especially back then, you got to think of where Hex was back then. It was an untested product. We believed in Richard, but it wasn't to the like all these Hexicans that say that they believe from the beginning. No, like it was just like fuck it, we're gonna take a shot on this, and I believe in Richard. But like, let's see what happens. And then we got more and more conviction as time went on. But what was going on is like we didn't know what we were doing, and we were just like, so most of us were like, Richard said like, oh, we'll get the 10,000x in 2.5 years, which did happen. And then that's what we did. We staked it 2 years, 1 year. I know, dude, I know, but it's just like a lot of people will take what you're saying as serious. And I don't want to have no, like, we can joke around and stuff like that, but I just really want to explain, because like I'm trying to be real with you guys. Like I'm giving you, like, I'm as OG as you can get in Hex, and I'm one of the few people that will actually tell you the truth of what was really going on back then. I will protect the innocent and damn the hated. But this was really what was going on, and so a lot of us like did like 1, 2, 3, 5, like basically most people stacked up a lot of their Hex between 1 to 3 years, and then we threw up a bunch of like stakes out from that point in equal terms. And then what I've been doing is taking some of that and rolling it out to like filling up my holes in my staking ladder, as well as out to 11, 12, 15, 16, 15 years. Now it was almost I would say it was almost 5 months into Hex, maybe even 6, when Richard was really started getting on stream and saying, you know what, let's these 15s are actually, I didn't think they were that great, because the bonus maxes out of 10. We have the possibility of going to 15, a 555 Quattro Cinco. But like I'm not sure about the validity of it. Then we had we ended up having talks. Me, RG3, I think Kinetics as well. I'm not sure if Kinetics was on the stream. It may have been Kinetics on the stream on the Discord Syndicate. And we were having discussions with Dev Kyle. Dev Kyle explained the staking system, because he basically created it. And we talked to him, and then we was like, holy shit. That's when we really started understanding what T-shirts were. So it was such an amazing sort of moment. I was like, it started clicking in me. I was like, holy crap. And that's when we started all like essentially, like I always did an even ladder. So I always made sure that I had money and Hex coming out every year, no matter what. Some people skipped years. I know quite a lot of people. I've had consultations with people where they completely skipped a lot of years, and I've been helping them kind of remedy that situation and stuff over time, and then coming up with strategies for people. This is one of my expert. Like I'm Dr. Fix Your Ladder. Honestly, like I've been helping a lot of Hexicans fix pre, post, big payday, and I'm going to be doing so for pre and post, snapshot and whatever else that ends up happening out there, basically, in the Hex and crypto space and PulseChain space, basically. So I'm a trusted figure in the Hex community. So a lot of people do come to me and like trust me with like information in order to like, hey Miguel, I need help with this and this, because like for some people they're embarrassed, or they're like, you know what, things are not going as I planned and stuff, or like or do you think this is, and to get a second opinion. And then I help a lot of people out. So that's what I end up doing for a lot of Hexicans, OGs as well. So yeah. There we go. Yeah, I was in the same boat. Day one, staked heavy. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it was a stress, and hey, it worked out. It really did. It was a good. I mean, Richard didn't lie. We got that 10,000x. We got that 56 cent. We literally went from fairy dust to 56 cents. Some people say 53, 54, but like whatever. That's close enough. 10,000x, right? But from the all-time low. But it was a crazy ride, amazing ride, and just going off that journey in there, like a lot of us original like Hexicans, they went through a lot of strife. Especially if you've been around since the beginning, what kind of shit we were taking, and then how a lot of people didn't talk about it and stuff like that. Like since I was very public about supporting Hex from the beginning, I was getting shit on quite a lot in the beginning, as well as like lost a lot of like I thought friendships, and as well as like compatriots and stuff in the crypto space, NFT space, and the gaming space, and I picked up this Hex family, and then on with Hexologists, RG3, and me and RG3 running the Discord Syndicate from the start, and then Hexo. I think Hexo started the Discord Syndicate for RG and me, and then RG and me kind of ran the Discord Syndicate up until like I think I was like almost like 4 or 5 months after the big payday, and then then basically I left, and then I started doing my own thing, but pretty much saw to like completion and kind of and Hexologist, Discourse Syndicate, as well as later on Matty Allen and a couple of these other crypto channels really built up a lot of the community in the Hex community and stuff like that, which is really nice. And it was really tough because like we were streaming for 3 hours, like we were just doing 3 to 4 hour shows 3 times a week. On top of that, I was doing Moon Gang as well, so it was a kind of it's kind of a crazy sort of thing, So yeah, man. Yeah, these are the times to buy when no one else is. Definitely. Let's see. What's the Cream? To tell you the truth, I haven't talked to Cream since the event here in Vegas, since the Matty Allen's event and stuff here in Vegas and stuff, the X conference. But it's more than likely probably going out really into 555s and then maybe a couple income ladders possibly. But I'd have to re-talk to Kareem's dream strategy and stuff like that. I mean, to tell you the truth, it's like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and this is like if someone's telling you they're watching everything, they're completely lying. There's not enough hours in the day to be able to watch all the Hex content, which is an amazing thing. Which is what one of the strategies that we implemented was to make sure that like Hex was like significantly above average YouTubers to like the nth degree. There's actually more Hex YouTubers than there are Ethereum YouTubers, which is hilarious. Like strictly at like ETH boys, or when we talk about Ethereum maybe and stuff like that, like there's barely any. I mean, there's Bitcoin YouTubers. I mean, to tell you the truth, we may have more YouTubers than Bitcoin YouTubers, but I mean that's debatable. But to tell you the truth, that's more than likely possible because it's like maxi. There's only so many maxi pads and like podcasts and YouTube channels you can watch before like 21 million supply and all that jazz. So Hex is really punching way above like any weight class. It's insane for what it's doing. So, big salute. Oh yeah, what's up, Maddie? There we go. There's Matty Allen. Yeah, Matty Allen, Hex Therapy Live, great show. Yeah, shout out to you, Maddie, and stuff like that. I was just talking about the Hex conference you did in Las Vegas and stuff. So shout out to you. But is MetaMask all good? Yeah, MetaMask is a great one. I would recommend, if you don't know where to specifically click something like a MetaMask, what I would recommend to you is like probably use something like Google Chrome or Firefox or something, but probably Google Chrome's the easiest one. And then you just type in, like, you go to the Google Chrome store or like the App Store for the Google Chrome store, and then you type in MetaMask. And then in the MetaMask, there's going to be, you go to the one with the most essentially reviews on it. It's going to have pretty much, I think, over 10,000 plus views. I think last time I looked, it was like 3.5 to 4 stars. And then that's the real one. And then from there, you just go through the motions, and then you essentially pin it and stuff. Eventually, I'll probably end up doing a video where I go through a little more of the basics of like how to maybe set up a MetaMask and all that stuff. I do it in my course and everything like that, which is coming out next month on the 22nd. So, but regardless or not, MetaMask is a key infrastructure wallet. At some point, I make this joke all the time that we have the Thanos glove right here. Let me take this down for a second. We have the Thanos glove right here, which is the Richard Heart ecosystem right here, right? There's an infinity stone for all the Hex projects, all the Hex ecosystem projects. We got Hex, P-Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, incentive token, and then we are going to have a 6th token, which is going to be the MetaMask token. At some point, we were supposed, this may still be on the table. From last I heard, we were somewhere around the 4th quarter. We were going to end up having the launch. We're going to have another sacrifice phase for the launch of the MetaMask token, and that MetaMask token, no information's really come out on terms of like the tokenomics and stuff, but seeing what Richard did with PulseX and all the great tokenomics and stuff he's done with that, most people are very confident as well that that's going to end up becoming going to become an extremely good wallet, as well as being decentralized and giving people like autonomy over their money, which is really cool. Now, Tap 2, the fact that Bloomberg gave with the $10 super chat, thank you, man. The fact that Bloomberg gave Hex press was nuts, as if it wait until Pulse launches, will the market cap sites will continue to downplay. They will for a certain point, but what's going to end up happening is that a lot more of these YouTubers ended up getting into PulseChain. That's going to get talked about a bit more. It's going to be really hard for them to ignore PulseChain. I have more information on that, but I just can't say it on YouTube in terms of all this sort of stuff. But I can be a little bit more like free on what I say during like webinars and stuff for the crypto mindset quarter 3. But Yeah, it would at some point there will be peak capitulation. There'll be capitulation of the websites, media, and there'll be capitulation from the YouTubers and crypto Twitter guys, basically at that point. So it's going to be quite an interesting event and stuff like that. Whether that takes 1 or 2 years is really kind of like the question there, but I believe it is going to happen. But that's kind of why I decided to make a stream about Hex and kind of talk about all the stuff that's going on right now. And yeah, man, another sack at the bottom and stuff. Yeah. But hey, people are going to do it regardless. I mean, I'll sack shit. Why not? Yeah, why not? I mean, we're picking up a lot of cheap hex right now, and there's also been some people there's been some bigger, maybe a couple, 2, 3 whales that just been kind of just taking their positions down and stuff like that, which is fine. But that distributes more coins to people who are are long-term hodlers, and then they end up staking it out, and then this ends up like giving less and less circulating supply in the open market, which can then help drive a higher price as long as there's like purchasing demand, of course. So pretty cool. Unsung hero, baby. Right in that 10K pulls, yeah. MT Coiner with the 10 MT Coiner. Oh, that's a good name. I don't know why that got to me. That's so funny. MT Coiner with the $10 super chat. You're right. It's impossible to watch all the content these days. Shout out to everyone in the chat getting smarter by the minute. Show me another community that gives this info away for free. That's true. That's very true. This is a great community that I'm very proud that I helped build. And yeah, I'm very happy with what like me and all the original Hexagon YouTubers and stuff like that were able to accomplish, and we built a great community, and I'm very proud of a lot of the members in the community. Of course, there's some community members that like go off the deep end, some like have bad day. It just is what it is. Some are cunts. Of course, there's a couple cunts in the community, of course, but like overall the community is, and even the cunts end up doing pretty nice things for their community as well and other people and for their friend group. So it's like, hey, kumbaya, it is what it is. So that's really a great thing that's kind of going on in the hex ecosystem, which we have camaraderie. We have meetups and stuff. Like I'm doing a meetup here in Las Vegas, and what is it, in about 5 days. So this Saturday I'm doing a big cryptocurrency meetup for all my guys from the crypto mindset courses and stuff like that. Descriptions in the bio right here. If you want to sign up, anyone here from the YouTube channels, you guys are my familia. You guys are more than invited to come out. We're only charging just for the venue, and that's pretty much it. You have to be 21 years or older to come to the event, but you can also drive from California or any adjacent state. We'll have valet and everything for anybody who's driving. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. We're gonna just mingle, talk, and it's kind of a 2-day. It's kind of a 1.5, 2-day event basically. Then on the first day, it's going to be a giant 3-story mansion party with EDM DJs and stuff like that, and all these kind of performers, and it's going to be pretty cool. And then pretty much open bar, pool tables, craps tables, blackjack, Texas Hold'em, roulette. I mean, a lot of stuff. I mean, it's an amazing sort of thing. And on top of that, you get to meet me and Charlie are going to meet for the first time at the party, which is going to be crazy. Can you believe it? Like, I've been working with Charlie for damn near 3 years, and we've never met in person, but we built this in another community. Like, we're really good. I'm good at building communities, and we built a really I think it's at noon, tap 2, if I remember correctly. I think you could check in early and stuff, but I'll have to double check. But it's such a wonderful kind of community and everything like that. And then we built we've been able to help over 8,000 students, that didn't know anything about crypto, get them into crypto, and now they're wheeling and dealing in the DeFi space, hex stakes. They know how to use USDC. They're trying to time and buy the dip and DCA in. But we had a giant mega webinar last night for all our guys for all the previous courses. And basically what we said there, just to give you guys a little sneak preview, we can't say everything, but basically we're told people is like, hey, don't hesitate, like start some of your DCAs now, because like what ends up happening is that a lot of people are trying to time the exact bottom, just like I was talking about with Hex. People are like, no, I'll wait until half a penny. I'll wait till a penny before I start buying. Well, I can understand that possibly for someone who has a really good amount of Hex. Okay, I get that. But for most people who are not in that position, this is where they can start. This is really where they can start acquiring time, because the time that the price is at this low is a certain amount of time. So time is kind of your friend here, but you want to like be able to actually acquire as much as you can during these low prices, pretty much. So it's a that's so funny, man. Wedding ceremony for Charlie McGill. Imagine about to go to the groom. Nice. Okay, Thomas O'Neill. Oh yeah, O'Neill Thomas, $10 super chat. So to DCC the truth, the question: what's the most important thing about Hex? The community. Without people, there isn't anything, right? I mean, you could have any. I mean, to tell you the truth, like even Bitcoin. Well, the reason Bitcoin's where it's at right now is because a very large amount of people believe in it, and people give value to everything, right? If everyone in the world wanted, for some reason, right? If everyone in the world wanted this exact Pepe clock, and I had it, but everyone in the world wanted it, this Pepe clock would be worth a fortune, $1 billion. So it's this whole thing about attention and camaraderie and a community and people who believe in it, and there are building, and now there's an entire ecosystem being built on it, as well as one thing that it has. It's such a simple thing, but has something called trustless interest, which is like, you think that's like, what does that mean? But that trustless interest is so insane with all the things that's going on in DeFi. The one beautiful thing that Hex provides is trustless interest. When what that means is the contract code is locked in place. There's no bugs in it. It's done, immutable. That means it can't be fucked with. They can't change anything in the code base. It's locked in. So if you understand now, all you got to do is know the rules of how Hex works for staking, and basically now you have a system where you're getting interest all the time. And God damn it, Tap2, I ain't answering that shit. But you keep answering and answer. It's this whole thing where like you decide to stake a certain amount of Hex, a certain amount of T-share. You lock it up for this many years. It comes out. You will get your interest 100% guaranteed from the inflation that it has, and then when it comes out, you get your Hex. And then so far we've been averaging something like a 38% APY on above average stake lengths and stuff like that. So it's a really really cool system. For most things, you really can't count on that sort of, like, you've seen stuff like people trying to earn interest on stable coins and everything like that, and they can't really do that because the system, at some point it breaks and stuff where you have too many billions of dollars trying to earn 10-20%, and they can't generate enough yield on the open market for so much money, and then they end up having the peg breaks and the coins go to zero. That's what happened with Luna. That's sort of what's happening right now with Tron's USDD. But these are kind of like the intangibles. The one beautiful thing is Hex can always pay its interest, because it's just like it's actually almost like the Fed a little bit in a way. You can always pay the interest because it can always print the Hex to pay out the interest. But the amazing thing about Hex is its interest rate, its actual inflation rate is extremely small. The inflation rate of Hex is 3.69%. That's it. So people are like, wait, how is it possible? How is it possible that I'm earning 40% APY, but the inflation rate's only 3.69% a year? How is that possible? Well, this is sort of one of the magics of something called the OA, which is the origin address, which is like, it's this big gigantic wallet of Hex. Depending on someone's numbers, it could be 75-85% of the entire supply of Hex is just not even staked at all. It's controlled by a bunch of wallets that are basically controlled by one central wallet, and they're just sitting there essentially getting eroded away. But because you have such a large amount of that Hex not being staked, that ends up that 85% of Hex is getting inflated every year by 3.69. And what's going on is because that stuff's not staking, the competition in the pool is not that large. So what ends up happening is while you're staking your Hex, right, there's going to be a large portion of people that are probably going to hold 10, 20, 50% of their Hex liquid. And then some people fully staked out, other ones halfway staked out, and everywhere in between. And basically what you end up having is you end up having something like maybe 5 or 6% of this Hex supply being circulating and the rest being staked. So you have something maybe like 10, 11% of Hex being staked at all times. So it's really like 10% of Hex is being staked. So that interest ends up kind of expanding out to the point where now you're earning 38% APY as an interest rate. for staking your hex past that's an average. So it's like if you end up taking it up to 10 years, you get the full 36% APY. If you stake only 1 year, you're earning something like 12%. But usually it's a little higher because you have like the t-shirt payouts going higher because less people are staking because people are playing the price volatility game with hex right now. So right now people are earning kind of buku bucks per t-shirt, which is really, really amazing. So yeah. Dollar cost crypto. The best thing about Hex is actually real staking. You can just end stake whenever you want. Sort of. You can't. So there's rules with Hex, right? And I'm gonna give you guys a couple easy sort of breakdown rules. Okay. So you can stake Hex anywhere from 1 day to 5,555 days, which it ends up equaling up to 15.2 years. That's a long time. We call it in Hex cuatro cinco, baby. Cuatro cincos in the Hex community. So there is rules. Okay. So one of the basic rules for Hex is basically this: any stake that's under 90 days, you have to complete to term. Let me explain. So if let's just say I stake my Hex for 1 day and I decide to emergency unstake, which basically means I just want my money back real quick. What ends up happening is that 1 day, any short-term stake, you have to complete it or you lose all the money. The reason that stipulation is there in the contract code that's locked in now in place, so you guys understand this, that's in place right now, so people don't trick people by doing. There's a really annoying thing that some people can do where they'll do a massive 90-day stake, and then they'll they could try to emergency unstake it, get their money back, and then trick people into staking more, or they'll try to play kind of whale games. So it's kind of to stop a lot of the fuckery in the Hex space and stuff like that from a lot of people doing these kind of dumb little things of scaring people. Like, holy crap, a gigantic whale staked all this money right here. And then they got out and they tricked a bunch of people. Woo! And then a bunch of people stake after them. And then they can't dump on him. And then he dumps on them. So it's basically to stop a lot of kind of that fuck shit in the system. So now that's one stipulation. Now, once you get past 90 days, let's just say we get to a 1 year stake as an example. Okay. Let's just say you stake your Hex for 1 year, 365 days. There's a rule that ends up happening, right? In order to take out, let's just say I put 10,000 Hex for 1 year as an example. You have to serve at least half of the time in order to get your Hex back, the principal of your Hex. So you forego the first half a year of interest of your Hex stake if you decide to take it halfway, because the whole thing that Hex kind of runs on is something called the truth engine, which means if you say you're going to do something on the blockchain, you have to do it. There is ways to take some stuff out if for emergencies, and there's a reason for that, because this stuff happens in real life, and then you want to have the ability to have to get some of your principal out, or principal plus some interest if need be. But it's there to essentially mean to essentially for people not to play these games of taking it out early unless there's an absolute emergency. That's why it's called an emergency end stake, right? So the reason it has that is because that they want that interest to be paid out to people who say the truth and do what they say and they mean, which is I staked this fucking money here for 1 fucking year. That means 1 year from now it comes out. Okay. Now, how much is one Hex t-shirt? It's 20,000 Hex. And I'll explain it. I can show it in a minute as well. I'll bring it up on the screen. But you have to, any stake past 90 days, you have to complete at least halfway through to get your original principal back. Afterwards, you can complete the rest of it. So there's a really kind of a crazy sort of thing. So let's just say you completed 75% of the days. Okay. You will more than likely just earn about, if I remember correctly, I think it's you will earn your principal plus 25% of the interest on 75%. It's super. The way it works is that it's super incentivized that you get more of your interest on the back half to make sure that you fully complete your staking process. Now, if for some reason, let's just say I'm at day 364 and I want to unstake my Hex. If I unstake my hex 1 day before, I will receive emergency unstake my hex 1 day before like the last day. I don't know why anyone would do this, but this is pretty stupid. But even if you did, my God. If Hex Monkey, thank you so much. Hex Monkey, the Hex Wiki penalties show the calculation for unstake penalties. Yeah, thank you, Hex Monkey. Shout out to him. That's a cool little place to check it out. Now, let's just say you decided to end your stake 1 day before, just 1 day, right? You would think like, yeah, I should be getting, my principal plus like 95% of my interest. No, you get your principal, your 10,000 hex plus, as an example, I'm gonna say the interest, like it's gonna be 10,000 total. So you would get 5,000. You would only receive your principal plus half of the interest you should have earned just by leaving 1 day. 50% of the interest is earned on the last day. That's how crazy it is. And the reason that this is put out this way is to make sure that people do what they say, and then the people who don't get penalized. And so what ends up when you emergency unstake, that interest that was gained does not disappear. What ends up happening is half of it gets given to every other staker that's staking, which means like normal people, everybody, whales, everybody gets dribbled out. And then the other half of interest gets given out back to the OA. Well, Miguel, what is that? What the fuck? Why is that? Well, here's what happened. The OA doesn't really, it has staked a little bit, but it doesn't stake. So half of this interest ends up going back to the OA, which what ends up happening, inflating their supply. That means what that does is slowly over time increase the amount it increases the amount of their supply, which then increases the amount of interest that you get paid out, because now the wallet has a little bit more hex. So that means there's less hex on the other side staking, and that ends up bringing up the grand total of T-share payout for everybody else who is staking, because they're getting inflated now to a larger degree. So pretty cool system and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much the system with hex and stuff like that. And then you can essentially there's strategies you can do. For the most part, as of right now, the reason we're creating the PulseChain ecosystem is because we're having sort of a gas fee problem. Right now, fees are pretty low on hex and stuff like that, especially if you unstake it. But the way hex was designed, because every day is very different, it has to compute every single day that happens. So let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. Let's see. Here, I'll give you guys a little something. Let me see if I can pull this up. What's going on? Yeah, Bob Leguy. Yeah, it happened a few days ago. Somebody ended on it. Wow, why would someone do that? Jesus Christ. So yeah, so basically this guy would have gotten an extra 91,600 hex if he had just waited 1 day. Gosh damn, son. That's the power. So basically half of his interest. So his total interest was it was probably 182,000, something like that, maybe 183,000. Let's see, 91,600 times 2. Damn, I'm good. Yeah. So basically they would have had their principal plus they would have earned 183,200 hex. Oof. Literally, they lost about, let's check it out, how much they lost, how much money they could, if they just waited dude, that's just not knowing the system, not waiting 1 day, just 1 day, damn, they rugged themselves out of, let me see how much it was again, 91,600, 1, 2, yeah. So they rugged, for not waiting 1 day, they lost out on basically current value of $3,518. Damn. Yikes. And on top of that, a gas fee as well. So that was oof, yeah. Maybe I think he was in Asia. Oh shit, maybe he didn't know. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. That's why it's always like one thing I tell people. Like, I'm telling people in the courses, and I'll tell this to you guys, just to be my familia. Sometimes like I just to be safe, like some people like, no, it's done. But like, if you're not sure, wait an extra day or two to make sure like it's like nothing, you won't lose any interest and stuff, not for like 2 weeks. Let's just say you finish a stake, but you forget about it. You have 2 weeks of just leaving it there. Nothing happens before you start losing about 1% of your stake a week until essentially it disappears. So for 2 weeks, you can literally just leave your hex stake there and nothing's going to happen to it. And then you can get to it when gas. That's kind of a cool feature because it lets you kind of like, it gives you 2 weeks to kind of like hope for like the gas fees can get really cheap on Ethereum. But to tell you the truth, that kind of sucks that you shouldn't have to do that. So this is why like the PulseChain is being created. So it's a place for your copy of P hex to be on there, and then now people can now stake a smaller amount of hex for smaller stakes and stuff like that, and then the gas fees won't be that terrible. So it's kind of hard. So this is kind of cool. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Brisology. I bet they didn't realize that they had to wait until after the contract ticks. Yeah, dude. It must have been someone in Asia, or yeah, it must have been somebody with a on a different day or something. Like, damn, that sucks, man. Sheesh, man. That I feel for that person, man. That sucks. That's they. I mean, I believe that they really meant to like wait the full term. They basically did one day. They waited whatever 370 days basically, and they unstaked. I mean, I don't know how they must have not realized that, because it's like it's a big red button when it's ready. It says end stake versus emergency unstake. But I mean, they must have not realized it and stuff. So it's better to have done that with that amount than with a very large amount, I guess. So at the end of the day, maybe it's a lesson to like remember to do that. But damn, that sucks. Yeah. Let's see, Matty Allen. Oh, thank you so much. This is a good stream. Details are super important. Thanks for streaming. Oh yeah, of course, man. Thank you so much. He even got the 1 day early due. Damn, yeah. So he must have just not been paying attention, or he really needed the money right there for that Cambodian milk, man. Holy crap. Or maybe, he was oh no, did he take it down? Oh no. I may have to go to shoot. Okay, I may have to go. Let's go to the screen. That's so wild. Shop. There we go. Okay, I may have to fix after the stream. I'm gonna have to fix the button and stuff like that. Or maybe what ended up happening is this guy saw that the crypto mindset meetup was for sale and ended up going to the crypto mindset meetup and stuff like that. I still would have told him to wait a day because the tickets weren't sold out yet. But I mean, to tell you the truth, yeah, like he probably couldn't wait. So I'll throw the link for this in the chat and stuff like that. I just found out that the other link wasn't working. So my bad, you guys. But here's the link for the screen for anyone who wants to go to the Crypto Mindset Meetup. It's in 5 days, June 25th. You definitely, you don't have to get the hotel or anything like that. You can just come to the event. That's fine. We're having a secondary event at the Circa, and we're doing a giant like pool party and everything like that. And it's gonna be pretty lit and stuff like that. A couple bottles and stuff like that. And then we're gonna see these red pill guys, see if they can actually pick up some chicks and shit with the day game. I'm gonna put these red pill guys to the test. Yeah, he didn't want to risk missing out. This is that Cambodian milk right there, man, is expensive as hell, man. And yeah, man, that Cambodian milk is expensive as hell, man. But inches, that's how you get the inches, man. Fallout Zone G, what's going on? Would that count as a tax loss? Well, I mean, possibly. I mean, maybe. I'm not a legal tax consultant or anything like that, but it's possible. Possible. I mean, technically, since it deletes half the interest, I mean, it could cancel out half the tax pay. I mean, because you have your principal there, it's fully 1 year out. The interest would be fully like long-term capital gains anyway, or 15% or 20%, depending on your tax bracket. And then, but since you cancel it, it's maybe. No, but he reduced the amount of interest earned. Yeah. Regardless or not, it still would have been more of a W to actually just take the full amount out, because like if that stake was over a year, the interest earned right there full year. So it's like it's all long-term capital gains anyway, interest that you earn on top of that. So you're all paying, you're just paying pretty much your principal is your principal. So you're not paying taxes on that. But then unless you sell it, of course, at whatever price point that is. But it's long-term capital gains anyway, and then the interest would be long-term capital gains because it was sitting in the stake, and you get it all at once, and it's sort of like you're in an ETF almost in a way. So kind of crazy to me, but hey, what more than likely, let's just be fair, it was probably an accident. If it depends on this, yeah, that's correct actually. Yeah, so yeah, make sure I'm not a tax consultant, so yeah, yeah. Um, take the yield for profit, restake the principal. Yeah, definitely. Yep. I thought you're only allowed to claim 20K a year in capital losses and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, probably it just depends and stuff like that. There's other kind of loops and stuff like that. But regardless of that, the guy lost $3,000 and some change, so he's well under the 20K cap anyway. So yeah, yeah. Kind of crazy, man. But yeah, definitely you guys sign up for the crypto mindset meetup and stuff. It's in 5 days. I'd love to meet you guys. Me and Charlie meeting for the first time there. Uh Actually let me plus it a little bit so everyone can read it. Basically, it's $350. And the cost, yeah, which includes a good excuse to have a great time while meeting the Moon Gang, private alpha, Fight Club rules and stuff. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff that I can't say on stream about Hex and other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Kick-ass 3-story private mansion in Vegas. We can all enjoy for 6, I think it's a little longer than that actually. Might be up to like 7-8 hours actually. Open bar, standard exclusive drinks. We got a bunch of cool drinks and stuff like that. Party catering, private DJ, perform with the Black Eyed Peas and a bunch of other events and stuff like that. We got poker table, blackjack, billiards, craps table. I'm gonna be shooting dice at the party, man, for sure. I'm gonna shoot in the price of the party, and then we're gonna have an actual contest and stuff. So everyone who goes into the party is gonna get a free amount of chips, and then the person with the most chips at the end of the night is gonna end up winning prizes. We're gonna have first, second, and third prizes. We're gonna announce the prizes at the party, which is gonna be pretty cool. So let's see if you gambling people can actually win though. We're gonna have some guest speakers and stuff like that. Possibility of merch, and then we're gonna go out in the town. Everyone's gonna go after the parties and stuff, especially on Sunday, and go hit up the casinos, the strip, the clubs, and all kinds of stuff like that as well. So, yeah, this event is not aimed at making a profit at all. It's just aimed at just pretty much meeting everybody and talking to everybody. So, heck yeah, man! A shout out to you guys. But yeah, man. Let's see. My cousin works on the H&R Block. You explained a lot to me. Oh, that's cool, man. Hey, not bad, man. Not bad. Joe. So okay. So I'm gonna tell you guys some. This is not Hex related, but this shit is wild to me. So a lot of my students probably know about a coin called RGT. Okay, now this is just. I'm just giving I gotta have some little like breakup sort of thing, like segment, like whoa, word on the street, or like the chit chat or something like that. But what I've been hearing on the street right now, so there's actually been some big thing that's been going on, like Tetranode, which is like a big Ethereum whale, recently just deleted his Twitter. And okay, so he had been helping this project called let me pull it up, RGT. Now, which is Rory Governance Token, and they end up creating all these kind of like borrowing and lending protocols, and they end up creating like these kind of vaults where it allows any coin essentially to kind of create their own borrowing and lending market and stuff, right? It's a token that I talked about a long time ago and everything like that. And the guys are very smart from the Rory team and stuff, young guys and everything like that. The word on the street about Rory right now and Tetranode is that the government might actually be investigating them the Rory team right now for they may have broken some sort of law or something. And Tetranode is extremely involved with Rory token, and now that he's deleted his Twitter and completely like gone away from it. So pretty insane. That's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. This is just like what I've heard is like what's going on right now, why he may have left and everything like that. But that's what I've heard is that they might be in the U.S. government might be investigating the Rory governance token right now. Pretty insane. So I'll talk more about this during the course because I have some stuff to talk about Rory and some other stuff in private as well as Tetranode and stuff like that. But like, damn, that's just is what it is. Pretty crazy. I'll be talking about it during the course and stuff. I'm not going to talk about Colt DAO or any of these coins right now. But I will be talking about it during the course and stuff. I'm gonna give a breakdown in my honest opinion about everything about those guys, and then the website looks. I will say this though, the Cult Down website looks pretty nice. They got a solid fucking website. That website looks nice. What do you do for crypto taxes? We go over what basics that we know ourselves, but we say from the back, we are not professional tax consultants, attorneys, or anything we don't know what the fuck we're doing when it comes to taxes. So it just is what it is. I'll tell you guys what I personally have done to lower my tax bracket and things like that and everything like that, and in ways I figured stuff out. But you've got to figure out your own tax situation, and then you've got to kind of get your team together and stuff like that. So that just is what it is. Yeah. And Mr. Got Plenty, that's correct too. So did you hear about a whale in Solana that's about to get liquidated? Solana DEX can't handle the cascade of losses. Yeah. So they're basically what's going on right now is that there was a vote to invalidate his position, basically, because what would have happened if that position had gotten liquidated, it would have basically been almost damn near a cascading liquidations death spiral, because as it hits certain cascades or certain levels, it starts liquidating the price, and it just nukes the price down, which then liquidates other people to then sell the price, and then you can get this whole point where the protocol can actually be negative money because it doesn't have enough money to pay back what they lent out to people, and then the project could fail and stuff like that. So they pretty much, I think, had a vote either earlier today and people were kind of really pissed off. I was like, decentralizing my fucking ass. But I mean, I guess technically they voted for it, but it was a bunch of the whales that voted against invalidating that transaction and invalidating that thing, because they would have probably nuked Solana to shit, dude. Not good at all, man. $1 million question. Can you get Charlie to take a shot of Henny? I'm going to try, man. I'm going to take some Henny, that's for sure. Soul is always fucking up. That's correct. That is correct. Yeah. Yeah. Probably a cease and desist for running an unregistered public investment pool. I don't know what eventually happens to Colt Down. Well, I don't know, man. I want to talk on that. I don't know any of that stuff. So it's like, I don't know. Damn. Yeah. You could make bank as a crypto tax advisor wise. Yeah, you definitely can. It's a tough. I mean, the thing is, you have to know tax code very well and be most up to date with the current stuff, as well as you have to understand crypto enough to know. So you have to be kind of you have to be decent level at taxes, and you have to be pretty high level on either you're super high level on crypto side and taxes okay, or taxes really well and you somewhat know crypto. You're still going to make some money on it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see, probably a drop to 50K with this hold to zero. Yeah, and if it went to zero, I probably would buy some just for the fuck of it, actually. I would probably, just as a speculation play, just buy some Solana, because it's very possible that all shit, the VCs would at some point just try to bring it back, or they just scrap it, which is very possible. But I actually think they would actually try to revive this versus Luna, and then the Solana revival would be more successful than the Luna one, because they basically didn't inflate. There's some trillions of more coins in supply, basically. But this is why me and Charlie always say, you got to be very, very, very careful when it comes to leverage. We don't really recommend leverage. We do teach people all right, if you're going to do leverage, this is the safest ways to do it. But in this space, you really don't need leverage that much. I mean, the best type, you go back to my previous videos, I've talked about it. I've had some great questions. I think I have some clips on leverage as well, if you look at on my channel here. But it's all about, can you handle the leverage, right? The two best types of leverage, whether they're not perfect, but it'd be like taking out a mortgage, because you put 20% down on a house, the bank lends you the rest of the money. So basically you have a 4 to 5x long on your house, basically, because they're lending you, 5 times on your money, basically, for the loan. And then because you put the 20% down, and then from there, if you can handle the payment and you lock in the interest rate, then you're essentially you have leverage there. But you have a house now that's worth way more than you put into it, and you're making payments on it, and over time it's yours, right? That's a form of leverage. Safer leverage, but still it's leverage, right? Especially if you can't handle the payment. Now, there's another type of leverage, which is basically borrowing a personal loan, or maybe an asset-backed loan, but let's just say a personal loan where they just lend you $30,000, $40,000, and let's just say you have a term of 4, 5, 6 years, and the payment's $600. And you're like, yeah, I can afford that. So that's nothing for me, man. I make plenty of money. I'm gonna borrow $30,000 today in order to buy the dip and stuff like that. And I can, no matter, even if it blows up and I lose the money, I can afford to pay this for the next couple of years, and I'll pay it off. That's a form of leverage, safer, but still, like, you have to be very careful because you have to be able to afford that payment and stuff, and where it won't like fuck you up financially, paying those payments and stuff like that. So yeah. And then of course, then you have asset-backed loans, which are dangerous in times when prices are falling, because if you ended up borrowing money on an asset and the asset goes down, you'll be liquidated. They take the asset, you keep the leftover money, but now you pretty much lost 75% of your value, as well as, like, if the investment you also invested into assets also goes down, you could be down from, like, you had $100,000 down to 10,000, 5,000 bucks on a 25% LTV loan, which a lot of people probably doesn't know and stuff like that. So kind of crazy. Yeah. Did DCC release a short while live streaming? I guess I did. Yeah, being liquidated is not fun and stuff. Not a smart idea. Yeah, yeah. The shorts are on a timer basically to release at certain periods of time and stuff like that. So yeah, so don't worry. But is FNF going to Vegas? Yes. Last time I talked to them, but Myron did get a surgery, so we'll have to see and stuff like that. But more than likely, yeah, they're going to come out to Vegas for sure. Yeah. Shakes while looking at my soul bag. Oh my god! One of the worst jokes about soul is, like, I sold my soul. Oof, that joke is just it keeps getting funnier and funnier. Multitasking, sir. That is correct, you guys. But that's pretty much the news of what's going on in Hex right now, and also a breakdown of some of the fundamentals of Hex and the price and what I think what the price can do. You really want to DCA right now into Hex, especially if we don't have any. And then if we get a lower price, we're going to get a lot of bid support and a lot of buy support from whales, and, like, OGs are essentially buying, because it's like, wow, these prices are so crazy, because it's like the math is so simple. If I buy it at 1 penny and it goes to 56, I'll have 50 cents. Oh my God. And then, that's the math that people are doing basically, which is really funny. Yeah, shout out to Myron. Yeah, I think he got a hair transplant, and right now he's healing right now and stuff like that. So, and I think they'll be back to, like, some regular time. So for the most part right now, I'm going to be doing streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7. I may change the time to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 PST, but that's basically the streaming schedule that I'm gonna go with for now. And it's yeah, I'm gonna try to give you guys basically more consistent, so people know what time to look for my channel and stuff like that. So shout out to you guys. Yeah. $5 super chat from Tap2 Vegas Party NFT. Maybe it might just be the memories we make along the way, or maybe some Pepe merch. We'll have to see. But hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you guys. Please subscribe and stuff like that. I'm going to come out with more content, and you guys can ask me more ridiculous questions that I'll probably answer, which I shouldn't, but I'll probably answer. You didn't have to cut me off. So vacation house in Miami when? Pretty soon, I guess. But shout out to you guys, man. It looks like they stepped in to save Soul. They've saved it so many times already. I mean, like, but at the same time too, it's like it's the only like L1 that's in the United States, really. So it's kind of like the only Mohican out here. So they have to put some money into it, because it's the only US thing, basically. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Do you think ETH will hit below the 1K again? I believe yes. There's a lot of, like, macro wise, there's just a lot of, like, kind of shaky news coming out. We have the GDP numbers for Q2 coming out in about, let's see how many days from now. 10 days, 11 days from now. So when that comes out, I would say there's probably a 60-40 chance, 60% chance they juice the numbers so it comes out positive. But there's a 40% chance that the numbers are going to come out that GDP contracted. And then even if it contracted a very tiny amount, what will end up happening is, you have the news events, and the newscasters are going to say, like, now the United States is technically in a recession. Tony, did I tell you we're in a recession? Recession. And then everyone's like, bah, recession, bah. I should probably take profits on my portfolio that's down 70%. Bah, let me sell. Bah. And then they all start selling, and then this causes the equities prices to start going down, or very slightly down, because people get scared, because, like, oh no, it's a recession. I told you guys, my gold's finally going to be worth trillions of dollars, and I'll be able to own all the virgin brides with my gold and silver, you guys. my gold and silver, and then a guy comes over with a gun and shoots a motherfucker and just takes his gold. So, yeah. It's kind of fucked. It's kind of fucked if you think about it. The gold and the Bitcoiner's dream is basically that they control the Bitcoin. They have all the gold, so they're like everyone else is like a subservient like pleb, and they have all the Bitcoin, and then basically like they'll finally get a big titty Latina, and their life is complete finally. You know, this is the mission. I guess same thing with the gold guys. Do you like? I remember being in the silver and gold community and hearing this bullshit come out of people's mouth. Literally some of the best in the industry. If they probably deleted some of these videos and shit, but I remember 2011, 2013, I was hearing some wild shit like this. Do you know when everything crashes? Do you know with one piece of silver you'll be able to buy a property in the United States? Can you believe? Dude, I literally heard this shit and people were believing it. You know, you got to stack that silver, stacking those rounds, baby. 1 ounce of silver will buy you an average house in the United States. And then, like, you know, that fucking monotone white boy voice from the Midwest and stuff like that. Do you know if you use 1 ounce of silver, you will be able to buy a house in the Midwest for 1 ounce of silver? People will trade it because it's a way to exchange for goods and food. What the fuck are you guys talking about? If it got that bad and shit, we'd just be like with the guns, like, pew, 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 pew. Oh my. And you guys know what voice I'm talking about. You know that radio caster voice, Midwest white boy, like, you know, I'm a proper and prim working class white boy that's now middle class, you know, YouTubing on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about and what voice I'm talking about, you guys. You know what voice I'm talking about. I was like, oh my God, the fucking bullshit. Like, that was the most weird. But most guys, they never went that far with it. They're like, okay, like some guys are like, you know, those silver guys are crazy. No. Let me tell you, Miguel, let me tell you what's really going to happen, okay? Okay. Now, these silver guys, they got it wrong. But us gold guys, now there's like literally Bloods and Crips of silver and gold guys, if you can believe it. But like the Bloods / the gold guys and the Crips, the silver guys or whatever, or which or flip, whatever, like your favorite Wu-Tang Clan is or whatever. Basically, what like I literally heard this like throughout the years, like 2009, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, until eventually I was like, why am I like, I was just barely listening to these fuckers because occasionally like, let me see what's going on in the commodities market, the gold market. And then eventually I'm just like, these fuckers are fucking smoking crack. They're smoking crack. They really be out here fucking saying this shit. Like, I literally heard that silver shit is factually true. I like damn near on the Bible, like on this creatine monohydrate German creatine, they said this, that like you'd be able to buy property and shit with 1 ounce of silver. You guys, Mike Maloney, maybe it was Michael Maloney, maybe it was some of those crazy fucks. But no, shout out to Mike Maloney, OG in the game. Shit out here, bro. But fucking Mike Maloney. I haven't heard that name in a minute. Fuck. But no, but I literally like no. Miguel. Those silver guys are dumb. No. What you're gonna use silver for is to buy things at the market. You're gonna buy apples, pears, bread, like, and it's like they're always talking like you're just gonna be buying like stuff off the farm and shit. Like people are still gonna be making stuff, but and then what's gonna happen is then the gold guys are like, but gold, you're gonna use gold to buy important stuff like slaves and like houses and businesses. Oh, got it. Cool, dude. Thanks, bro. And the silver is that's what you use to pay the skilled labor and for food and stuff like that. That's what you pay the plebs in and stuff like that. But the gold is where you pay the real crazy stuff. That's where you get the good stuff. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, that's and gold one day will be worth over $1 million an ounce, and silver and no, here's the you want to hear the silver stuff? Is like, do you watch, let me hit you with let me hit it again one more time. That's a crypto mindset party right there. Right there. That's me in the shades right there. Charlie and the Pepe copter. I'm gonna play this one more time. I want you. This is the crypto mindset party. It's gonna be like that, except more women. There I am right there. I'm in the shades right there. There's Charlie and the Pepe copter. Yo, Charlie, what's up? It comes down. Oh my God. All right. So let me go with the silver coat. Shit. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me see. Do I have silver? I think I might have some silver somewhere. What the hell? Do I have silver on? Do I have silver somewhere? Oh, get the fuck out of here. I do have some. What the fuck? No way. So, all right. I thought I sold on all. So I guess I did have some. I knew I threw some. I knew I threw one in there one day. So this is back in my copium days. So we got some silver bars right here, you guys. We got some buffaloes right here. We got them silver bullions, United States, 1 troy ounce, 999 silver, you guys. Jeez, look at that right there, man. Look at that. Look at that shine, baby. Yo, look at that ounce. Look at that silver right there, baby. You know, I've got, little do you guys know, like, you ever seen that meme and shit with that guy, the guys in the corner, the Wojak guys in the corner, like, they don't even know I got 2 ounces of silver right now. I could buy this whole place cash. We got bars, baby. We got bars right here, bro. Like, I got 2 houses, man. I could buy your bitch's house and your mom's house. Cash, motherfucker. Cash. Like, I shouldn't be walking around with this much cash on me, but I got, like, I should tell you when we're living lavish out here, man. I just got money. I just got some silver bars laying on the floor right there, man. Sheesh. It's kind of hard out here for a player, man, with all this silver right now. Look at that. Real silver right there, man. You hear that shit? Look at that. That shit clacks. Ooh. Ooh. That's your house payment right there, baby. Gosh damn, baby. That's that silver. Now, let me tell you some real copium, which and to tell you the truth, like, if we actually did have open and free markets, I do believe the silver and gold. I'm being kind of funny right now, okay? I'm being really funny right now, okay? But God, dude, I love trolling, bro. But okay, so here's the silver, okay? There we got the silver, okay. So technically, and I'm gonna say this fact, if JP Morgan and these, JP Morgan and all these motherfuckers weren't making all this paper gold and silver, the gold price and the silver price would have gone up substantially more than it did. It actually didn't go up at all, but it would have gone up much higher than it did. But its pump probably would have stopped pumping. Is like, so you have sort of 2 things that's going on in the silver and gold market. Okay, now here's the thing. Do you, like, this is where all the silver guys? Because like it's like the silver guys are kind of like the shitcoiner guys. I mean, legitimately, I've literally, after all this time and stuff, after listening to crypto guys and the silver guys and the stock guys and the fucking 401k guys, I have learned the hustle, you guys. I have learned the hustle. God's money, baby. I have learned the hustle. Praise Lord. I have learned the hustle, okay? Here's my money doesn't wiggle. It folds. Let me tell you, this is what it is, okay? This is the hustle. Okay. So this is actually a fact. So this is what the silver channels do. Do you know You know that movie voice from all the YouTube shorts? Do you know that silver is actually rarer than gold, and that silver is actually used in industrial applications, and that silver is used in the tech sector because it's one of the best conduits of electricity? Whoo! Do you know if the world actually realized that there is not that we actually have a silver shortage in the world, that the price of silver would actually flip the price of gold? Damn. Where'd you find this? And then everyone's like, "My God!" So it's kind of funny too, because I mean, like maybe if the market was actually free and that the banks weren't like, because it's true, like they do manipulate a little bit of like they do manipulate things because people watch the price of gold and silver and stuff. So I'm not trying to make fun of them, but like it's just like, God damn, bro, the trade failed. But like, but it's so cheap now. It's like, why not just buy a couple, buy some shingles and shit like that. I've said before, I own gold just around my Rolexes, you know. Oh yeah, please. Yeah, that's exactly right. Top 10 reason why silver is better than gold. 1, silver guys have a much bigger fucking cock size. Reason 2, we fuck all their wives. Reason 3, our shit clanks and there doesn't. Reason 4, 1 ounce of silver is rarer than 1 ounce of gold. Reason 5, when people find out that silver is rarer than gold, 1 silver ounce will buy you 10 golden ounces. My God, golden rule who? Yeah, coppers are tweakers, yeah. Silver is the poor man's gold, but you will not be able to buy food, sugar, or spices with gold because you wouldn't have to buy so much. With silver, you can actually buy living expenses with silver, and people will never find out how much silver and gold you actually own, you guys. Reason 6, this is the official cryptocurrency of Pepe merch around the world. This buffalo will buy you all the Pepe merch you need right now. Reason 7, eventually all those corporate motherfuckers from Apple will run through all the silver in the world, and then I control the silver, so I make the rules. Reason 8, you can pay in Vegas, you can pay for a lap dance with a silver ounce, baby. They don't call this place Tinseltown for nothing. Reason 9, I'm so based, I'm skipping 9. 10, you will power your jalopy with this silver note right here. I mean, all jokes aside, I'm being a little clownish right now. Which is oh my God, man. Damn, bro. I feel, whew, my Lord. Oh, fuck, man. I have too much fun with you guys, man, for real. Like, what's 9? That it got rugged by 10. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Precious metal, dude. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah. Do you like? Okay, I'll give you 9. All right. Number 9. Do you know the medicinal? This is real, actually, and they really talk about this. This is not even fake. And please don't do this and stuff because it's really dangerous for your health. But number 9. Do you know that you can eat pieces of silver and it actually cures all diseases? It is a cure-all. There's really stupid people out here eating silver, and I'm being that's actually true. People actually believe that they eat silver and they liquefy silver and then inject it into their bloodstream and in their body and they digest silver, that they will live forever. And oh my God, dude, I literally forgot about that. But literally is like, there's people out in this world that actually inject themselves with liquefied silver versions of it and then digest silver because they think it's actually going to be better for them. And then these people who end up eating so much silver, they start turning blue. Yeah, that's right. David Feeder, my guy, he knows. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. Taking too much silver makes your skin turn blue. That's actually real. And there's actually people out here that look like Smurfs who've been doing it for a long time and stuff. So go look at it. I'm not even making this up. Go look it out. Eating silver turns your skin blue. Put that on YouTube after the stream and stuff like that. Your boy DCC ain't lying. This top 10's fucking amazing, bro. Like, I'm just going right now. When I fly out to Vegas, you guys, when I fly out to Vegas, man, I got 2 lap dances in my pocket, son. 2 lap dances in my pocket. Operation Desert Cheek, they won't even want the Rolex right here. It's like, why would they want to steal the Rolex when they can have this silver right here, man? Sheesh. My God. And the Hex Monkey's right. Can you eat Bitcoin? No. Can you eat silver? Yeah, you can. That's reason number 10 right there. Number 10. Can you eat Bitcoin? No, but you can eat silver. And I'll give you guys another one. Number 11. You eat enough silver, you're Papa Smurf, baby. And you know Papa Smurf gets all the bitches. All right, enough of my troll shit, okay? That's enough troll rants for one live stream, you guys. That was gold. That was gold. That was peak silver, you guys. Peak silver. Hunt Brothers, baby. The Hunt Brothers. I sadly know these memes and shit. This is sad, bro. Man. Anyway, man. Yeah, dude, I want to make sure this silver rant is going to get clipped on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Send it to all your silver buddies out there. They're going to laugh their fucking ass off because deep down, they know they fell for that hustle and they know it's true. My God. Peak. Whew. My God, man. But, yeah, man. Fucking beautiful, man. Peak gold, peak silver, man. But hey, Silver Keck, that's correct, you guys. Most hyped the chats I've ever been. I know people I know people heard. Look, I am not talking out of my ass. Everybody in this chat, like, okay, half of them are jokes, but half of those things I was saying were real. People said this shit. I heard legitimately $800 silver per ounce. And then during the apocalypse, they'll be able to buy houses with silver. And then I literally had during the top there, when you had $37 silver, you had the gold community fighting with the silver community because like the silver guys are finally winning out here. And then it's like, no, you guys, you fucking plebs. No, you're gonna be able to buy houses and people and stuff with gold, not silver. Silver is for fucking just for buying your bread or paying wages and stuff. Cucks. I literally saw the gold community fighting the silver community, calling them cucks, dude. It's just like this shit. What we do in crypto, we're just doing what the boomers are doing, just much smarter and better insults. But it's like it's so insane. Like we're like people don't change, man. We're the same shit, man. Same shit coin, different shit coin, different market. But like, my God, man. But anyway, you guys, be sure to buy my unicorn land. It's on sale right now. You can purchase it today for 2.7 Ethereum. I think it's a great deal, and then you'll be able to earn quite a lot of interest on it at some point when they actually launch a working, viable product. So thank you so much, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, David. Oh my God, what have I become? David Feeder knows what I'm talking about. I know he watched back in the day. Anyone who watched those silver guys, the gold guys, man, like, damn, dude. Yikes. But anyway, you guys, yeah, but anyway, what you won't turn into a Smurf is the Crypto Mindset Party, you guys. So please, anyone who wants to come out to Crypto Mindset Vegas meetup, you guys, I really want to meet you guys. It's June 25th in Vegas, 3-story mansion, 304s. We got dancers, we got performers, I don't 2 musical acts, DJs, we got poker, blackjack, billiards, craps tables. Let's see who can outroll me, you guys. I'm kind of out here when it comes to craps. I'm all right. I'm out here on the craps and stuff like that. And then we're gonna have a lot of like inside baseball talk about Hex and stuff like that, and the rest of the crypto market, speculations and kind of alpha talk and Fight Club rules when it comes to like PulseChain and all these sort of things. And yeah, it's gonna be a great time. And, the Hex, we're going to be talking about all kinds of other stuff as well. So for anyone that wants to go, just sign up now, get your ticket, and then buy the ticket now, figure out how you're going to get there later. Once you purchase, you'll figure it out, basically. So Beautiful, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's keep going on, you guys, man. Hit me up with some questions. I'll answer it all, you guys. I mean, after that tirade, after that giant, massive tirade of Silver Rant, let's talk about something else, you guys. Didn't have to cut me off. Let's see. We want to see Charlie get a lap dance. Probably going to happen. Optimal time, man. This party sounds awesome, dude. It's gonna be awesome, dude. And it's a bunch of cool. It's you guys. It's all the guys from the crypto mindset, Hexicans. It's gonna be cool people, man. Like, it's gonna be it's gonna be a really nice event. Everyone's gonna be able to meet, schmooze a little bit, and make connections, make friendships and stuff like that. Have a good time with the bros, and then like we're hanging out. We're having the party on Saturday, and then we're just going out like savages on Sunday and stuff like that. So it's amazing. Did we hit all the super chats? Well, let me double check that. Oh, thank you so much. Long live, give $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for reminding me to dump my silver into Hex. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. That I actually did. I will say this. That's one of my best trades. I did sell my silver. I sold the majority of my silver positions that I had forgotten I had silver. I had purchased it basically all within like 2010 to like 13 or so, like that. I think I bought like a couple ounces at the top, and then mostly bought around like, you know, $11 stuff. And then I remember I sold it back when the price started getting back up there again, and I just dumped it. I think $22, dumped it all into Hex, baby. Beautiful. What a trade, you guys. That was a trade of the century. I traded a shit coin for a fucking god tier coin, you guys. That was some G shit. Let's see if there's any more super chats, you guys. I don't think I missed any more. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. That was a very, very good. Did I miss anybody? Another one from you, man. $1. Thank you, my guy. Let's see. Tap 2 with the $5 super chat. Your Rolex increased in value more than gold in the past year. Fuck yeah, dude. And more than the past decade. Like, I had both my Rolexes essentially double in price, and then I had my other I have this other Rolex, which is a I have a Tiffany blue. I have a Tiffany blue Oyster Perpetual. That one pretty much 3 times in value at the top there. I think right now I'm sitting at like a 2.2x on that one right now. Yeah, because I think right now it's like those watches are right now going between 31 to 35,000 at the peak there. They were selling. I saw one go as high as 60,000 and it sold, but most of them were selling between 45 to 50,000 at the tippy top, and right now we're at 30 grand and stuff. So even if they come down, they're still 25,000, which is well below where I bought it. So Rolex has fucking been holding value, baby. Yeah. And I think that's the only other super chat I may have missed, possibly on my tirades. Oh, tap 2. Ron Paul approves this message. That's correct. Ron Paul, my guy, dude. But I think that's it. Yeah, so let's go to the bottom of the new ones, you guys. But yeah, man. All right, let's go into JP. This is a really important question right here. Or what level? I'm guessing, just because I'm going to reiterate your question right here, JP. This guy's looking at the sky. He's like, man, how far is this shit going to crash, my guy? My Lord. Like, look at him. He's just like introspective in the corner, just looking up. But all right, entry level to BTC and Ethereum Citadel, basically. Well, I would say, well, entry level for BTC, of course, is one. You have to have one BTC, you know, the classic meme, right? In Ethereum, it would pretty much be something close to about, you're doing okay with 10, but realistically, because you want to be able to earn interest in a kind of decentralized way at some point when they finally fucking launch the merge, you basically want to have 32. So I would pretty much have it something between 1 to 3 Bitcoin and like 30 and 32 Ethereum, basically. So let's take a quick look, see how much that would cost. Because I think that's actually a great question in terms of, like, you know, right now, how much, I mean, it's pretty much 32,000 some change, but it's going to be a little more than that. But basically, we're talking about almost $100 shy, probably with fees. So you probably will be like, it's like $36,000, and you get your ticket to the Citadel with Ethereum. Because what these 32 Ethereum, when you have these and they eventually launch out the merge, which should happen anywhere from Q4 to Q2 of next year, when you do have the merge for Ethereum, you will be able to just basically earn interest in a kind of a jacked up way than Hex, but you'll be able to earn it on the same network, which is really positive for Ethereum and stuff like that. Which you basically, when Ethereum ends up having the merge, it will be something called it will be a triple halvening, because the amount they're paying the miners evaporates, and then the only people who are receiving any inflation rewards will be from people staking Ethereum on their network. 32 Ethereum stake pools are the minimum, and because of this large amount of reduction of dumping by the miners, it'll be given to hodlers, and these hodlers are more than likely to hold it and repothecate their yield rewards, as well as some whales, of course, are going to just yield farm and dump the Ethereum and spread their seed across to BTC or other coins. But either way, the dumping pressure and the profitability of stakers on Ethereum is going to increase dramatically once the merge does happen, which is pretty important. So I think 32 Ethereum is the minimum. With BTC, it's more depending on the cost basis, right? So obviously, like if we were to put that same in terms of dollars, right? If we're talking about $36,000, like 36,000. Right, we're talking about 1.25. So BTC, it's a lot more easier to kind of hit that level. Just having one Bitcoin, put it on a Trezor, put 32 Ethereum away. Eventually, you can work up to this. These are kind of the goals. But both me and you guys know the price is probably going to go down, right? We both know that the price can go down. So let's just say we do hit that point where let's just say I don't know. Let's just say Bitcoin does get to that point where, like, let's just say it hits $11,000, like Richard said, right? Then you can buy 3 Bitcoin for about $33,000. Not bad. And then Ethereum, if we did reach $11,000 on Ethereum, we would pretty much be somewhere like, let me see. Yeah, we'd probably be like $350. So if you spent the same $36,000 divided by 350, you would receive 102 Ethereum, and you would receive 3 Bitcoin. So let's just say total, like I know I'm talking about a big ass number, 36,000 times 2. Let's just say you had that available, $72,000 to purchase. Then you would buy yourself 3 Bitcoin and over 102 to 105 Ethereum. Bags packed, homies. Bags are packed. And I'm not even talking. And you probably, if someone's got 72,000, they probably got 100 G's. So like, if you really look at the math right there, then they may dump about how much, let's say $28,000 into Hex at a penny or less. God, bags are packed, you guys. Shoot, that's the $100,000 buy list right there. Gosh, damn, 3 BTC, 100 Ethereum, and like the rest into Hex, baby. God damn, man. Like, I mean, I'll spin this way, dude. I'm spinning this way. Shoot, my God, man, what a fucking bag. Just bags packed. Never going broke, perma rich, baby, sitting back, fat cat out of this bitch, drinking on fucking losers' tears. And that's the way you do it right there, man. Now you can lessen it by half. So let's just say you don't have 100,000. You can just divide that by 3. If you buy at those prices, then you get 1 Bitcoin, 32 Ethereum, and you're still good. You know, but I really do. I think there is, like, whether, I mean, it's just the meme and shit. It's like, you know, you got to get yourself at least 1 ounce. My God, I can't believe I said that. But you at least got yourself, you got to get yourself 1 BTC at some point. Just fuck it. Like, you know, like, all right, let's just, because it's like, if you hold 1 Bitcoin and everyone you know holds 1 Bitcoin or stuff like that, you're actually rugging the centralized entities, because they have a harder time manipulating the price. You hold that BTC there, BTC price can go up, and that just funnels more money, because like Bitcoin is basically a meme. Right? It's like Dogecoin, right? Like Dogecoin was a meme, but like Bitcoin's also a meme, right? It's our meme. It's like Bitcoin is looked at as a meme, that it became a real thing. Like Bitcoin is the gold standard, right? So it's how the dummies and the macro people end up finding out, like, Bitcoin's price hit $100,000 today. Oh my God! And what's going on with that is that $100,000 BTC is such a little like lure to get new people in, that brings in a tremendous amount of capital. You get a huge alt season, you get brand new investment, you essentially triple the amount of people in. Half of the people get wrecked, they leave, they come back, but now the space is even bigger. Now we're at the all-time bottoms, we're fucking 50% bigger with more people, and then we keep going up and up and up until we fucking gobble the world. So if we can just do our part and just like, hey, fuck it, I'll buy a Bitcoin, fuck it, let me put it away, put it in the Trezor, lock it up, throw it away, chuck it that way, and then forget about it. You know, now we've taken 1 more coin that they can manipulate the price, make it a little harder on them, and then that just is what it is. You know, I mean, that's kind of the thing. And the 32 Ethereum, of course, that has a much more functionality, especially when eventually it pays yield. And then on top of that, like, I like asset side yield. So the Bitcoin's basically just like, fucking, like the Bitcoin you have there, just in case Miguel fucks up, you break the thing, you pull it out, sell the Bitcoin into altcoins, make a bunch of returns, buy a Bitcoin back, maybe 2 or 3. and then have cash, and then have altcoins, have hex and all this stuff, and then you're just permanently rich. Like you can having a couple Bitcoin, having a Bitcoin or two is basically you being able to get, it's a jail out of free card. If you fuck it up, you can then at some point, like when Bitcoin's back in the market, you can trade that BTC over for altcoins, make more money off of them, then buy your Bitcoin back, put this back in the fucking just in case, put behind the Pepe clock, and then that just is what it is basically, and like, this cycle, right? We basically topped out at a weak sauce $69,000. That's pretty weak sauce. I got it. Tell me in the chat, you guys. Type in weak sauce in the chat right now if you think $69,000 was such a weak ass top for BTC. I mean, I'm raising my hand. That shit was weak. Like that was a weak top. Like let's just be for real here. Like the last top, the 2017 top, that was kind of nice. We had a $300, $500 low on a BTC. Then that shit giga chatted up to $20,000. But like we hit $20,000 to $60,000 basically. That shit was limp dick weak sauce. Like hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like look at this shit. Like you guys are agreeing with me. That shit was like weak sauce, limp dick, weak sauce, small side bet, weak sauce. Like that all-time high for BTC. It was still like we had the longest altcoin run ever, but overall on like the big grand finale, we didn't get the big finish. You know what I mean? Exactly. Know your worth. It should have 5x the previous all-time high at the very least. Like my honestly, my predictions for it is the last cycle was about a 20x. And I was being kind of concerned because I wasn't counting like the all-time lows of like 2016 and stuff, but let's just say $1,000. It did a 20x from 1,000 to 20,000. Okay. So let's just say it's not going to be as impactful because it takes more money to get that high. It should have at least done a 6.5x, 6.3x from the all-time highs of 2017. It should have been like $133,000 BTC. But now knowing how limp dick the system is and the capital flow in, it's very likely that this next cycle we may only get those numbers now, but barely. Like we may now like knowing where we are. Once we go into a new bull cycle, we pass the all-time high of $69,000, right? Of course, that would be 69. Should have been 69,420. That would have been really funny. Key meme. But it being $69,000, more than likely, it might just limp dick a 2x. Like if all we did was a 3x, we might just like limp it. We might just limp it to like a 2x only. So let's do the math here. Let's calculate here. 69,000 times 2 equals $138,000. So basically, it's $5,000 price higher than where it probably should have gone this cycle. So BTC probably is going to top, 30. As soon as BTC gets above $100,000. 120, 138,000, the range is probably, and I'm giving you guys so much. This is out. I mean, this is like, I know I'm talking about mass here, but this is probably very more than likely what it's going to end up being for this next cycle. If we've seen that there's more money flows to the altcoins and it's harder to gather that steam in BTC, then what ends up happening is you end up having more of a run on the altcoins, which is good for everybody else because that's where we all make our money. But BTC will probably eventually just limp dick it to like $138,000. And let's just say it goes a tiny bit higher, maybe 180,000. That's probably going to be the top right there. So shout out to Miguel in the future and stuff like that. Hey, yo, boy, I called it right. Shout out, man. NBC, CNN, Fox and stuff. Your boy DCC out here. Pepe clock. Called the top, baby. Dude, that'd be hella funny, man. Like, can you imagine that shit? That's on TV sometime and shit. Like, yo, this boy called the top, baby. He was literally saying like exactly what happens. They got me on TV saying limp dick and Cialis. Whew. Amazing, man. Amazing. But if that's the case, but there's still like a lot of gains to be made because let's just say we end up hitting like $11,000 for Bitcoin's price. Okay, let's just say it happens, right? Shout out to Richard, yeah, or maybe I think it's somewhere in between where we might hit like 15, 17,000 at the low, and then we get like a wick on Binance because it's always Binance. You notice that shit? It's always Binance. It's always Binance with the fucking like the weird outages and those weird ass wicks to liquidate everybody, and it's like. So we might get like $11,999, and like Richard's like close enough, called it, and I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, Richard, cool. And that's what it is. So if you manage to buy 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, and it goes to 120, let's say 120,000 divided by, let's just say 15 G's, 8x on your money. That's just on Bitcoin. So probably let's just double that for Ethereum as an example, 16 times on your money if you buy the low, and times 350. Hey, we can hit $5,600 on Ethereum and stuff, and we were like, yeah, baby, out here. So of course I'm talking on my butt here. I'll have more of a, but I'm kind of like, that's like 80% right, I'm guessing. So that's about 80% right. BTC already wicked to 8,000, bro, but no one caught it, and then people don't really count it and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, I actually saw this during the last cycle that there's actually a wick where one guy got paid on this. Fucking lucky dude, somehow thank his lucky stars. We were already back to 7,000, and there was a wick back. It wicked to like, I think he was able to purchase BTC back at like $2,800. It was the last person who ever got that low price. What a lucky asshole. Yeah. So are we still expected to more discounts? I believe so, man. And that's a really cool avatar. What is that? It's like it must be some kind of NFT thing, Kali. But are we still expecting more of a discount next month? I believe so. We have okay. In about 15, I'm so sorry. In about 10 to 11 days, we are expecting a GDP number. No matter what it is, the GDP number is going to be really low, or it's negative. And if it's negative, that'll start putting downwards pressure on equities, because then the media machine will start saying like it's we're in a recession, and then like everyone who's like, oh my god, they start getting embarrassed, they stop spending, and then prices go down. Then 15 days after that, the Fed meets again, and they pretty much 100% guarantee they're going to increase the federal funds rate. The federal fund rate is going to it's going to do a 50 to 75 basis point increase. So what that is going to end up causing is pretty much it's going to cause pretty much a more of a contraction, and make it harder to borrow money, and make it harder to get out of the house. Basically, every quarter of a point. So I learned this actually from somebody in my chat, actually, because we have some really smart guys in the crypto mindset chats and stuff like people from all walks of life. Well, this guy's a mortgage, deals with like real estate and stuff like that. Basically, every time that the Federal Reserve increases the federal funds rate by 25 basis points, the average American can buy $50,000 less of a house, or get an extremely higher mortgage payment, basically, because they qualify for less house, as well as or they have to take away a worse interest rate. So when the Fed did a 75 basis point increase, they that's 325 basis point increases. They rugged you guys out of $150,000 of purchasing power. Now, if they do it again, let's just say the CPI, and for people who don't know what the CPI is, that is the consumer. Oh my God! Now I'm fucking failing on this. So the consumer price index, which basically it's kind of it's the government's sort of thing of index of figuring out what the inflation rate is for America. It's total horseshit, because they're like eggs, milk, this, that. And they're not really tracking anything right here. If they were really tracking, like at some point, I'm probably gonna get like out here and like get enough money. I'm gonna make my own CPI. It's gonna be the rich people CPI, and it's gonna be tracking fucking houses, 403s, fucking it's gonna track the prices. It's gonna track the prices of like, okay, we're Cambodian milk. Okay, no, but all jokes aside, it's gonna track the prices of sports cars. It's gonna track the prop lake, ocean property. It's gonna end up tracking the price of like probably Rolexes on the off market, not the secondary market or the shadow brokers, jewelry, basically things that you want, a university education for your children, maybe a guaranteed income and stuff. So I'm throwing kind of jokes in there, but I'm half serious about the Rolex stuff and the sports cars. I'm gonna track like all the stuff that people actually really, really, really want. And then from there, I'm gonna track what everyone really wants and put it like this together, and then I think that will give us more of a real like inflation rate of like, because that's where rich people's money is really going into, because that's where, because everyone's funneling into those assets because they're actually scarce assets. Flying private, yeah, it's gonna take some tinkering to put it together, and then over time, as things like buying super retarded NFTs, that buying tops, shout out, you know, all kinds of things, right? But mistakes rich people do. And then as you put all that stuff together and you put it out, then boom. Then you'll actually probably figure out like the real inflation report. But then, all jokes aside, I'll make that one and then I'll make another one, which is actually more realistic for the average person of like what they're really paying. But if you look at it, like what are average, like it'll be a CPI report for like every state is what I'll end up doing. And then for states and areas and stuff for like living in a decent place, because basically Americans and the rest of the world are aspirational. We're aspirational, which means we want to like, if we're lower middle class, we want to be middle class. We want to be upper middle class. We want to be rich and shit. The American dream. Or maybe I start off poor, or I come from a broken family. I'm like just an orphan and stuff like that. I don't have a family. I want to one day own a house and have a wife and have a couple kids, and then and make sure my kids don't have a fucked up childhood. Like that's a great thing, and that's aspirational. But so what does that cost? And that's grasping that. So like actually getting with the middle, like the inflation rate of like to be middle class. I think that should be the real inflation rate, right? And then seeing that, because that's the American dream. Like what does it actually cost to be the American dream? And then that's going to end up being such a clusterfuck, because when people find out that it's going up 20% per year, holy shit. Yeah, used cars. Yeah, we can definitely use used cars and stuff like that. It'll be a lot of tinkering on it, but like I really believe it should be tied to like what does it take to achieve the American dream? How more expensive is the American dream getting? Right? Having a house, the kids, not getting divorced, raped, infinite right there, right? But no, all jokes aside, but like what does it take to attain that? And does that keep increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing? And then from there, you're able to then formulate like, wow, like for me to achieve my dream, it just got 15% more expensive. But the CPI of milk and eggs and shit like that only has gone up 6%. So what a crock of shit. So that means like in order for you to actually maintain or go on the trajectory to obtain that lifestyle, like I have to gain 20%. That way, like, so it's like if I don't earn 20% more money, I'm actually getting poorer, because it's an endless grind. So it's a ways. That's why like like cryptocurrencies are a way to do it and stuff, because you're entering a game where there's limited supply or very limited supply coming out. You're able to attain it when it's cheap. You guys are playing the arbitrage of like you guys are getting in before everyone else, and this is the game that everyone else does as well, because as soon as everyone knows it's valuable, it's already valuable. But if you're able to figure out like a diamond in the rough, or like this thing has like this whole thing of like, you guys are watching me right now, you guys are probably like, I'm a diamond in the rough, and then but I believe you guys are diamonds in the rough too, and then we all take each other up. And that's that whole thing. When I was talking to a couple streams ago, it's a short as well about like your superheroes, is you have to be positive. The positive people ascend up and stuff, and the negative people, just fall to the wayside because they give up. You can't do that and stuff. So yeah, man. But with that, you guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe and stuff like that. I'll fix the links in the description below. Sign up to my here, actually, I'll link it right now. Let's see it. But yeah, please, anyone watching right now, please sign up to my email list right here. It's in the description box below. I'll be soon emailing within a week or two. You guys a couple of interesting stuff, an ebook and everything like that. And yeah, man, I'm gonna start getting DCC news to you guys now, man. USDCC is coming to you soon, you guys. So yeah, man, and show up to the Crypto Mindset meetup, you guys. It's going to be really fun and everything like that. And if anyone wants a consultation, needs help with hex staking or anything like that, please DM me on Twitter, and then I'll get you guys situated, man. But thank you guys, and good night, man.